Welcome to SBSC. Desi and I are super excited to be here today because something that we've had a lot of people reaching out to us is about how we create raving fans.
That's right. And it's not just agents reaching out, it's lenders, title companies, like all these people want to create these lifetime clients.
And I feel like both Desi and I have really dialed into this by tapping into your community and really supporting your community in different ways. We've had some really different ideas. Desi, how many people have reached out to you about the cookies and balloon idea?
So, one of the first things we do is as soon as somebody signs with us, either a listing or they get their offer under contract, we have a local company that makes these cookies and she packages them. We have a helium tank at our office and we blow up a few balloons. We write a nice card and then one of our admin delivers it to their place of business. They go to the front desk and they're like, "Oh, I got a surprise." When they're opening it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's from my realtor. That's so crazy." And then everyone at work is like, "Oh, your realtor sent you that?" And we get so much feedback. They'll post it on their socials and it doesn't cost us a lot. It ends up being about $10 to $12 per package.
That's really cool. So are the cookies branded at all? Do you brand them to your company or cookie company?
Yeah, so the cookie company just makes a couple different flavors every week. Usually we'll have a sugar cookie flavor. She'll make these scotcheroo bars, and then all the cookies are individually wrapped. She puts them in this little white box with like a see-through plastic top. And there's just 4 of them in there. And then we tie the
So not a
balloons.
ton, just enough, right?
Yeah, purple. And it doesn't have to be crazy, right? You're not trying to feed their whole family. It's just a little gesture to show how excited you are and a little unexpected surprise. And then the balloons are branded. So we do black, green, and white ribbon and balloons.
Oh, I love that. I also don't know how you handle having a helium tank at your office without like constantly talking in tiny baby.
It's a little tip. Or like,
I love that for them. Plus they're supporting, big box where if you approach like a local shop, so I've done this for I don't know, probably 12 years or more. No, more. I've been in real estate for 20 years. Probably been doing it for like 18 years. I partner with a local coffee shop and it just says, have a coffee on me. We change it up like Merry Christmas, whatever. When they go to the coffee shop and hand that in, they can have whatever they want, coffee, tea, latte. And then we get billed once a month. And so it's just pay per use, which I love because I'm not wasting money on cards that are just ending up in somebody's drawer somewhere. Also, it's supporting that local store. So lots of people have never been there. I'll be like, hey, here's my package. And in here, there's a couple coffee cards to the pool house. Have you ever been to the pool house? And they're like, oh, no. I'm like, oh, you got to go. It's like being in Montreal. Gorgeous shop, great little couple. You kind of tell the story. And
yes.
then they're more likely to go. And we've done that with pizza. We've done that with a chocolate shop in town. We've done that with all kinds of places just to like support them, but also be able to show our appreciation to our clients.
And I'll be honest, I didn't believe you that that would actually work. I was so scared to go talk to, we don't have very many coffee shops. We have a lot of soda shops.
Oh,
I was so scared to ask the owner because I was like, she'll be like, well, how's that going to work? How am I going to get paid and stuff? But I went and she's like, what a great idea. So I just approved the branding on it because I co-branded with her. And then we put like QR code on the back that takes them to our website, which was kind of cool. She loves it. We love it. And like you said, she just bills us once a year. And we just partnered with a local steakhouse and are doing the same thing because I was spending, for a good steak dinner, it's going to be $100.
yep.
And we found like we just went through my husband's nightstand and there was like a stack of gift cards that we've never even used. And so I called Wix and was like, hey, would you be open to partnering? And they were like, yeah, of course, that would be wonderful. And just bill us if they use it.
No brainer, right? I know you're scared, but at the end of the day, it's just asking. Someone, all they can do is say, no, I did have a pizza place say that doesn't work for them based on some past experience they had. But then we approached a different pizza shop and they were super excited about it. We do touch base with them, make sure that they're happy. We do co-branding and then we get their menu and make it really cute in the package, which is so nice.
So when you give your buyers their package at the beginning, what all do you include in that?
Well, so my new buyer package, like what we'll put in there is just list of things that they can expect throughout the process and what they can expect from us and the services that we provide. We also have local vendors that we've collaborated with and we've had good experiences with. So we'll name different home inspectors, different lawyers, also if somebody needs a cleaner, a packer, a declutterer, those sorts of things. So we've got that in there. I've got their coffee cards clipped in there, and we've got like a super cute little paper clip that's in the shape of a house. And then we've got the listings that we're going to be looking at that day for touring, and it's a nice branded folder, and then my business card or someone from the team's business card. And then we just give them that. And then the next time we meet them, they've got that folder that they can put the houses that they're touring in or keep track of things in there. Thing like that.
Yeah, so we do something similar. We give them a clipboard with their thing clipped to it. Take notes. We have a Revista branded pen, and sometimes I'll throw in granola bars, snacks, and water bottles if they have kids. One of my favorite things we've started doing recently for sellers and buyers is if they have little kids, there's this book you can order on Amazon. It's like a Berenstain Bears book about moving because kids get scared and they don't know what to expect. And this book is so cute because it just walks them through it. And our clients have been like, that book was amazing. Our kids were so sad. They were so scared. And we read them that book and it totally made them kind of excited.
I love that. We'll link to that in the comments, right?
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah. So you do the welcome packet. And then what else? When do you do the pizza cards typically?
Well, our pizza varies like in their package when they purchase the house, like our welcome to your new home package or our thank you package. So we do a basket, and in the basket, we've got tons of stuff that's local. Like we really try to support local in there. Sometimes it's hard depending on what we're after, but we've got somebody who does new water that's made with the leftover cucumbers from the greenhouses here, which is super cool. Depending on the people, we'll put a Prosecco in, maybe a coloring book. We're working on our own branded coloring book right now, different things like that. And then we do the pizza, take the stress away. We'll buy pizza party on us kind of thing. I guess what we're trying to say is you and I have really built our businesses on supporting local. This is how we've created, not only are we creating raving fans in our clients, but also in our local community, right? Like the business and shop owners, because we're showing them that support. You do tours really well with local businesses on Instagram, for example, right?
Yeah. The first couple businesses we asked, the owners were like, no, I'm not comfortable on camera. But then we got a couple to say yes. So now we do that and pair it with a giveaway from that business. They give something substantial. Like we just had a company and they gave away like an Oakley goggles. It was like $500 worth of swag. And we had so many views on that video and so many comments. Now we have a wait list. Those original people were like, well, fine, I guess we could be on it. But it is their followers, it increases our followers, and it shows support for that local.
I love that. There's so many ideas. If you just tap into your community and really think about ways to show your clients appreciation. So not only is it those touch points, but it's touch points throughout the year, right?
Yes.
Community events, client appreciation events, Christmas cards. We're big into Christmas cards. That's something we do every year. We send every client a custom Christmas card, and we put coffee cards in there at that time too, because, Christmas and coffee go together. But continuing to stay in touch, that's the biggest thing, right?
Yes. And you might think, oh, I'll remember to stay in touch, but you've kind of got to systematize it. Even though you don't want your clients to feel like it's systematized, you have to, or else you get so busy that you just forget about people. In our CRM for our past clients, we have a quarterly check-in where every quarter it pops up. It's like, oh, reach out to this person. We're inviting them to our events. As soon as we close a transaction, we follow them on Instagram or Facebook and make sure they're following us. That way they can get updates about the community. The main thing I've heard from my clients is they love the little surprises along the way, like the cookies when they go under contract. We do the pizza letter after the appraisal comes back good. We actually mail it. They get it in the mail, and then it says, not to be cheesy, but pizza delivers instead of or whatever. And it's on this really ugly piece of paper covered in pizzas. It's very scrappy, like 90s, but they open it and they're like, oh, this is so cute. But then it's a big deal, right? If they're buying, if they're selling, it's stressful. So I think part of it too is just letting them know what happens next in the transaction and just being there every step of the way so they don't feel like, oh yeah, my agent had to sign the papers and then we never heard from them again.
Yeah. And then having fun too, right? I feel like a big part of why I personally love what I do is because we can have fun along the way. as well as we're helping them with such a big transaction and taking some of the stress off, but also supporting our community, supporting your entire community, like you're supporting your local businesses, you're showing people. I get so excited when new people come to Medicine Hat and I can tell them all the cool things that are happening here. Recently, we've started doing is we've got an email that goes out that tells people about the different Facebook groups that they can join so they can meet people or figure out how to get into the community a little bit more. They can take that kind of thing too, because when people move here, it's great. I love hanging out with them, but then you don't have time to continue that relationship a lot of the times. And so it's like they're here. Now, what do they do? How do we get into the community? And I mean, that's a podcast for a totally other day. How do you help a client become part of the community? It's a tricky thing, right? It's
It
easy
is.
them pumped, but then it's like they get here, then what, right? Like, so then what's the next steps for them to become rooted? I think there's like a stat about people where it's like you don't feel local, like you don't feel connected to your community for up to 2 years.
And it is so lonely those first 2 years if you don't get to it.
Yeah.
And so,
But I think along the way, there's options for creating raving fans, right? So the idea of a raving fan is that they're going to tell their friends and family about you and they're going to come back. They want to use you again because it's easy for them to forget about you if you don't remind them, right?
I think that's the thing. Agents expect them to never forget about them. But I've had so many people reach out that are like, "You sold us this house," and I was like, "No, I was a listing agent," but they really think that I did because after close, even when I'm the listing agent, we add those buyers to our system so that we're inviting them to our events and really trying to help them feel part of the community. I'm curious, have you ever done this? I will meet clients and they're moving here and I'm like, "Oh, I really like this person and they would get along great with this client." I do all the time.
I officially have one wedding under my belt.
What?
So real estate matchmakers. I love it. I
When they
absolutely
they're wedding at your new office.
they could. Well, I guess there's so many ideas, right? And I know that Desi and I are really open to sharing ideas. If you're interested in seeing any of our templates that we use for our cards, I would be happy to share. We'll drop a link or you can say something down below that you're interested in. We'll send you a link. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you for being here and go create some raving fans.